So I'm about 7 miles in this morning, and I'm back on a Jeep road, which isn't too bad, but I'm kind of out in the sun. I ended up hiking last night, the last mile. Actually, no, the last 4 miles with my pants off, and that really helped. So I'm trying to do that this morning before it gets too hot. Just get a little more ventilation, and I don't feel compressed. Plus, the leg part of the pants are just getting so gross. Here's where I've come from. And I'm going that direction. I'm going around this area. So got into camp a little after dark, but I didn't really need my headlamp. It was just light enough. And I got my headlamp up as soon as I set up camp. Got to bed a little later than I would have liked. But I kind of wanted to write in my journal how everything was so fresh. So I got about 8 more miles, 8 or 9, to get to Walker Pass. Then I had planned on taking the bus into Lake Isabella and then probably stay at the hotel. But then I remembered it's Sunday and the bus doesn't run on Sundays. So I might try to hitch, but it's 35 miles. So that could be a tough one to do. Plus it's Sunday morning, people at church. Who knows? So I'm going to have to, at the very least, I'll take the earliest bus tomorrow morning from Walker Pass into Lake Isabella. And then hang around all day. And then take the late bus back. That's the worst case scenario. Ideally, get a ride there today. Alright. Well, I kind of got my first real look at the Sierras. They're off over there. And I can see snow. So, I know it's waiting for me. I got another probably 4 or 5 days before I actually start hitting snow. Just from Walker Pass, it's about 2 days. Kennedy Meadows, and then I probably won't hit snow until 2 days after that, as I'm heading up Whitney. That's the plan anyways. Alright. I got my first really good look at the Sierras. And I don't know if you can see way in the background, you can see some mountains with white on the top, which I'm pretty sure is snow. And somewhere over there is Whitney. But I got a little less than 7 miles to go to Walker Pass Campground. And I'll get water. And I think the plan is now, this probably makes the most sense, is just to hang out at Walker Pass Campground all day, and then take the early bus into Lake Isabella. Then maybe come back to the campground tomorrow night, or stay at the hotel and then take the early bus back. I don't know. The hotel does sound nice, but $75 is pretty expensive, but I've probably needed and earned it. We'll see. We'll just see how things go. That's just kind of how I've been playing things. If it works out, it works out. If not, but I would really love a nice hot bath. Soaking some Epsom salt and go. I've got about a liter of water. It should be good. It's all downhill pretty much. There might be the occasional little uphill, but I got a drop. Shoot, I think almost 2,000 feet, 1,500. I can't remember what it is. But I'm roughly right now at 7,000. I can't remember what I go down to. I think like 5 or 1,500 feet. So it shouldn't be too difficult. So the leader will get me. So that means I would have carried 9 out from Landers Meadow, I wouldn't have needed any water caches. But I'm glad I did take the water cache. That 2 liters. So 42 miles and made it on 8.5 liters. But I said that now, but I still gotta go a little bit longer. But I have my insurance in my fruit snacks, which I kind of kid around about it, but it really does seem to help. Alright. Walk past last evening, went 3 miles. I was wanting to get a little longer, but it's starting to get dark. Very early start this morning. And plus, my lower back is just killing me. To be honest, I don't know if I could make it to Kennedy Meadows. I really should just come back to town and rest up for a few days. But the stubborn person that I am, I thought that it was just going to go away after a night's sleep. I don't even know what happened with it. It was perfectly fine when I went to town, like Isabella, and I kind of woke up and it just hurt a little, and then I just tweaked it somehow. But it wasn't, I don't think it would be so bad if I didn't have so much water. And I can't get rid of the water because I need it. So, if I can make it to Kennedy Meadows, then I'm definitely taking at least 2 zeros. I just gotta get things sealed up before I head out and do the really hard stuff. But at this point, I think I pretty much have to get to Kennedy Meadows because there's really no way to get off from here on out. I mean, really the smarter thing would have been for me to just hike back down and head into town. But again, I'm stubborn like that. So, we'll see. I mean, the more I hike, I mean, it loosens up some, but I mean, this really can't be good for me. So, I mean, it sucks and it's tough, and I can't go as fast as I normally can, so we'll see what happens. I just hate for my hike to end now. I'm finally through the desert and finally been looking forward to the Sierras, which I've been looking forward to the whole time. So I'm just gonna hope for the best. So we'll see. Just past the 1/4 mark, which I think is actually that's longer than a quarter of the trail, but it's probably been there for a while. Been hiking for about 4 hours or so, and my back feels a lot better. My knees kind of pretty much the same. It doesn't hurt too bad. I can feel it on every step, whereas before it was kind of come and go. So I don't really know what to make of that, but it's good that my back is feeling better and I'm able to hike at a much guess I did earlier this morning. I think I've got a lot of climbing to do today. Well, a lot of ups and downs. The last mile was all uphill, which I thought it was pretty much downhill to the creek. So it was a little unexpected because this part of the trail, I don't have the elevation maps. They're in my next bell drop. So I'm not sure what kind of elevation I have, but I think I'm going down now for 3 miles to the creek, and then I gotta climb out to the campsite. Not sure how far I'll get. There's a campsite that's about a little, I think it's like 23 miles in for the day. So I think like 10 or so more miles. And I like to get a little farther just so tomorrow is a little less. I just like to get a little more miles today if my back is feeling better. Because I think it's, I've had lower back issues before. Always the weight room ended up fixing it, but I don't really have access to that now. So I'm just gonna have to do the stretches, which Lyd showed me a while ago, and we'll see if those help. And I'm sure once I get rid of some of this food and water, the pack will get lighter, and that'll probably help too. So I just need to get to Kennedy Meadows, and then I'll be good. Then I can take as much rest as I need, because I want to feel 100% heading into the Sierras. Yeah, I'm not sure what the water situation at this Spanish Needles Creek. There's several crossings, and there's not a whole lot of recent reports on the water report, so I really don't know what to expect. But I think I have enough water to get me to the water cache, which is in I think probably 18 miles, and I haven't gone through a whole lot of water today, which is a good and a bad thing. I really need to be drinking more. Weather-wise, it's not too bad yet. I've done a good bit in the shade, so that's helped, but I'm sure it's just going to heat up. And I'm going to try not to take too long of a lunch break today, so I can get the miles in, and I think the longer I take, the more my back will start tightening up. So I think it's best to move for now. But I can see the trail way down there, so looks like I'm heading down, and then I'm going to be going up that there. So, alright, so I'm about a mile from Chimney Creek. And supposedly there's a water cache. Yeah, if that water cache is out, I'm screwed. I probably have a liter and a half. And mostly I'm screwed. That'll just make tomorrow tough. And I just won't be able to hydrate up tonight. Basically, came down that all the way around to here, and looks like I'm close to the bottom. I think I'm heading in between these peaks here, and then I'll be at a low point, stop tonight, and then I got a big climb out tomorrow. I think I'll get up to 8,000. I think this camp is just a little over 5, so it's going to make for a fun day. One hard day left till Kennedy Meadows, and then I can relax. Body's feeling better, and my lower back doesn't hurt at all, which is a good sign. But I say that now, and I'll probably be acting up again in the morning. The knee, it's painful, but it's tolerable. sure it's just patella tendonitis. I just need to get off it for a few days. I think will help, and if I can ice it. So we'll see. Just ready to be done with today. Yeah, I hope that water catches there. Alright, just got started this morning. About a mile or two in. I think this is the recent burn section right here. Even though this stuff looks burned, but I mean there's still a lot of vegetation, so I'm pretty sure it stayed over there. And I guess some of that stuff just doesn't burn, just the trees. I don't know. Anyways, I planned to stay at the Chimney Creek area where the water cache was last night. And I was just sitting there, and I just thought, I knew I had a big climb coming up, and my back was pretty loose, and I knew in the morning it'd be tight, so I figured I'd try to knock out 2 miles to Fox Mill Spring, because I assumed there'd be a campsite, and there was. When I got up there, it looked really trashy. And I saw one other camp, but I figured there's lots of campsites all over the place that aren't listed in my my map, so I figured I'd just go on, which that was kind of a mistake. And I keep going. I go about maybe another mile or so, and I find something that looks like it'd work, but I mean the slope was too much, and I wasted time just kind of looking around that area. And this is decided I'd go, and I was looking at the map, and it looked like there was some kind of saddle about a half mile, so I thought I'd go there. And I get there, because usually at those type of saddles there's some kind of campground or flat spot that I could use. And I get up to that point, and there's nothing visible in sight, but I look off to the left, and it looks like it's kind of flat. And so I just go off the trail about 100 feet, and then this one little flat spot that clearly someone had made, because I kind of saw some footprints heading up that area, so I thought it was pretty promising. But it was the perfect size for my tent, so I just knew I had to be careful about moving around at night. So I tried to stay as still as possible, because I mean it wasn't that steep on the other side, but if I'd gone over too far to the right of my tent, I probably would have rolled down. So I had a pretty good night's sleep. It got a little chilly, but when I woke up, it was warm, and it's still warm, and it's 4:07. So I've got 11 miles to the Kern River, which is supposed to be an actual real river, which the guidebook says you can probably swim in. So I have like 2.5, maybe 3 liters of water, so I'm good. Then I might hang out there for a while and kind of just relax and ice out. Hopefully it's cold, because it's probably a snowmelt river, so the water should be cold. Be good on my knee, and my knee actually feels really good right now. I mean I can feel a little something, but it's not too bad. Same with my back. Oh, yesterday when I got to the water, I knew I was low. Well, I think I ended up having a liter left. Liter and a half. And there were supposed to be 50 gallons it was not going to be replenished. So I was kind of counting on it, but if I didn't have it there, I probably could have made it here, but to the Kern River. But I definitely would have left like really early in the morning when it was really cool. So, and I get there and there's probably only about 3 or 4 gallons left. So I think I just missed the big crowd that when I left Walker Pass with 2 days ago. But I'm sure there's probably some people that are counting on that. So I kind of feel bad. But I took about 2.5. Didn't take a whole lot. But I think a lot of people were getting water at the Spanish Needles, which I bypassed just because I had enough. So, less than 20 miles to Kennedy Meadows. And I cannot wait to get there. I'm ready for a break. Yeah, not a bad view. And we have about 5 more miles to the river. And I'm pretty sure it's relatively flat to Kennedy Meadows. I think it's like once I think it's like 9.5 from here to Kennedy Meadows. So I think it's somewhere off over that little hill right there. I have a feeling I'm going to be following these creeks and rivers. We'll see. Really close to Kennedy Meadows. And not quite sure where it is. I thought it was straight that way, but I think I might go around these and get there eventually. I'm like 2.5 miles from the road, and it's another half mile from there. Well, the Kern River wasn't what I thought it was. That was more of a creek. I don't know why they call that a river. And I didn't end up taking any water from it just because it looked kind of amberish. So I don't know if it was contaminated from putting out the fire, but I don't think that water source comes from the mountain, so I think it was fine to drink. But I had almost a liter, and it was just 4.5 miles from there, so I didn't want to bother just filtering it. So I just pushed on. I planned to stay there for an hour, but I only ended up being there for about a half an hour, and I'm just so determined to get to Kennedy Meadows. What I really want is just something really cold to drink. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be beer, milk, Coke, Gatorade, water, I don't care. Just something that's ice cold. Also, I just passed the 700 mile mark, and I wasn't going to miss that mile marker that time. So, alright, I think it's like this for the next 2.5 miles. On Kennedy Meadows. Alright, just left Kennedy Meadows store. Now I'm heading into the Sierras. Should climb a good bit today. It's just a gradual climb all the way up. Back feels great today. No real issues. My knee took about a mile or so to warm up. It doesn't feel too bad. It doesn't feel like great or anything, but not too bad. Once I got from the store to the actual trail, I did some stretching, and that seemed to help. So I'm just gonna keep stretching throughout the day, hoping that'll kind of heal things up. And I guess by the time if I don't get to Independence, and it's not any better, I might have to take a 0 or 2. And I mean, worst case scenario, I have to leave the trail, which I don't want. I probably should have stayed another day in Kennedy Meadows, but I just felt like I needed to move on. So hopefully I made the right decision. Alright, I'm just gonna see how far I can get today. Alright, I'm officially in the Sierras, and it's basically just been like this for the last 3 miles or so. It's been a pretty gradual uphill, and I mean, it's going to be like this all the way. I'm not even at 7,000 feet, and I'll get up. If everything goes well today, I'll get up over 1,000 or 10,000, and then come back down to I think like 9. That's if I get to 28 like I want. But we'll see how things go today. I'm going to take a quick break here in about a mile. That'll give me 8 trail miles plus about a mile walk from Kennedy Meadows store. So roughly about a third. That's usually how I like to do things, break up into thirds. And then the last third I usually like to break up into half, so take a quick break here soon. Then about 9 miles later, take another, probably take a little bit longer break, kind of my lunch break. Then hike a little bit more, take kind of a dinner break, like do 5 or 6, and then about 3 more to the campsite. That's the plan. Who knows if I'll actually be able to do that, but back's feeling really great. Just the occasional kind of little pain, just a matter of how I step. Knees feeling better, but I can still feel it. It feels like if I tend to walk kind of from heel to toe, put a little more, even out the pressure. I think if when I start getting more on my toes, I tend to go fast. I think that's what's causing the problem. So I just need to slow down a little and kind of put some pressure back on my heel, and hopefully that will fix the problem. But soon, once I get to the snow and stuff, I can really start icing. I need as much as I want, and I think that'll make a difference. So, alright. I got lots more hiking to do. Alright, just spent the last 10 miles or so walking up through the canyon. Now I'm kind of out on I guess kind of a plateau. It's really wide open now. I got a good look at some of those white tops and some snow. I'm not sure what that is, or if I'm even going up over that. I think the first pass I actually come up to is, I think it's Conway. So, actually here's a sign right here. Back Meadows. Monarch Meadow. Well, not sure where I am going, but sure looks pretty cool. Alright, I'm about 18 miles in today. Just finished a lunch break. Took roughly an hour and a half. Gonna get out just resting, and then ate lunch and feel filled up my water. Took about 1.5 liters, and I just got 11 miles to go for the day. So there's water at the campsite. I got about 4 more miles of climbing. I'm at 8,500 right now. I'm going up to 10.5, and then I'll come back down after that. Back has been great today. No real issues. Knee kind of comes and goes. I felt pretty good coming out of lunch. I took some ibuprofen, and we've done the knee brace. Now I have it covered completely my knee. See how that does. I'm pretty optimistic that it'll go away in a few days. I think the new shoes will help a lot. And just gotta continue stretching. So basically just hiking up this canyon. I think I'm coming to some sort of a saddle, but like I said, I still have 2,000 feet to climb over the next 4 miles. There's 2 people not too far ahead of me. I'll let them pass me just a minute ago before I turned the camera on, because I did not stuff my pack right. My bear canister was right up against my shoulder blade, which is kind of hurting. So I just wanted to try to stay ahead of them, because they're probably going about the same pace as me, maybe just like a hair slower. So maybe I'll eventually catch them. They passed me this morning once I got back on trail while I was stretching. So we'll see. Got about another 1/4 mile before I get to a trail junction, which will take Hummer to a meadow. But I will not be taking that. I'm going to continue going up. So I've come from way. You can kind of see that meadow down there, where the Kern River flows through. And I've just been climbing. Altitude hasn't affected me too much, but you can probably tell I'm probably breathing a little harder than I normally would. But I'll get used to it. I've been up over 9,000 a few times on this trail, not very long. So in the Sierras you stay up above 10,000 for most of it. So I'll get used to it pretty soon. Alright. Okay, packing. Alright. Just made it over that peak. Not sure what peak that was, it wasn't labeled. At 10.5. And now I'm on my way down. So it's basically downhill for the next 6.5 miles to, I think, Death Canyon Creek. Death Canyon, I don't know. Had some good views of the Sierras, the high Sierras with some snow top. There was just a tiny bit of snow on this peak, but I mean, we're talking like barely any at all. So, hopefully some nice switchbacks all the way down, and it'll be easy. Hopefully. We'll see. And this is basically what it's been like for the last mile or so. Nice, flat. trees and easy hiking so far. I've probably about a mile and a half until camp.